Welcome to the Gym Effect.
Where growth isn't just talked about, it's lived.
We dive deep into stories that heal,
Moments that transform,
and truths that shine.
because every gym starts as something rough
Until
it's revealed.
Welcome
Welcome
back. We miss you guys so much. We took some time off to celebrate our birthdays, so we are officially 31-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah, so happy birthday,
Happy
sis.
birthday. She was June 7th.
June 7th.
And I'm June 13th.
Yeah, so how'd you enjoy your birthday?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't do too much because, I moved
Yeah.
had a lot of responsibilities to take care of with that.
Yeah.
But I did get to enjoy friends and just really just
Being in
be
the moment.
thankful.
Yeah,
really just be thankful for another birthday.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's just gratitude.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's literally what I was going to say. I was going to say my birthday was just filled with gratitude, like just being surrounded by everyone. And yeah, you kind of like take a step back and you're just like so appreciative of just life, honestly, and just the people you have surrounding you for sure.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So today we're going to talk about the art of detachment. Releasing and letting go of things that no longer serve us.
Yeah, and I think the reason why we decided on that is because both you and I, like, we discussed it. We were like at 31, like, what is something that we want to do? And we both said, the art of detachment. And it's something that you and I have both been like heavily focused on. And the reason why I felt like I wanted to talk about it too is because I've definitely like have learned the law of detachment, and I wouldn't say I'm like a pro at it just yet, but I've definitely learned so much about it, just like with everything that has happened in my life. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about this.
Speaking about the law of detachment, you have to get tired of something, right?
Oh yeah.
So what exhausted you, or what was that point in your life that made you say, you know what, I need to release?
Yeah, it would be people pleasing. Like something in my 20s that I feel like I was so heavily on is like people pleasing. And when I turned 30, I think 30 was kind of like the shift for me, because I was just so tired of like having to basically prove my worth to people. And I'm like, no, like I am the person that I am, and it's like you take it or you don't. And that's something I feel like detachment has helped me with, is like, if you don't like the person that I am or what I do with my life, then that's on you. I feel like sometimes that has like more of a reflection on the person than it does on you. So yeah, I would definitely say people pleasing is something that I've released in my life. And I don't like, obviously that's hard because I feel like we're all people pleasers inside of ourselves, but it is something that I've learned to just like stop myself like from people pleasing someone. Like I just have to be like, if they don't like me, or if like, I mean, what's like another good example of people pleasing? Like
Showing up
yeah,
when you can't.
and
And it's not out of, I don't
Yeah.
support you, but putting others before you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
yourself.
yeah,
And it's sometimes you have to, right?
Mhm.
Like showing up for your family or
Mhm.
friends, that's totally separate. But just pouring
Yeah.
into a cup, and you don't even have any in your own cup. I think that's another example. Like really just learning boundaries at
Yeah.
the same time.
like your own boundaries.
Or if it's something that you don't want to do, but it's going to make them happy, and you're like,
Mhm.
no, I'm not feeling this.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's a boundary. So it
Mhm.
kind of intersects, right? Learning those boundaries, how to say no,
yeah,
and put yourself first.
yeah, and I think, like I said, like a lot of us all have that inside of us. So yeah, that's definitely something that I've been releasing in my life, and just learning to be okay with saying no sometimes. And yeah, what about you? What's something that you've released in your life?
Control.
Yeah.
Everybody that knows me, they know like my dedication
Mhm.
and persistence and my vision. Everyone knows I want to be successful and I work hard. But with that comes like I want to control the terms of my life. I want to control outcomes. I feel like if I work harder, the outcome may be different. If I do something a certain way, it's like I'm thinking, well, it should turn out this way, right?
Yeah.
But this season has showed me that's not how it works. It's like I feel like the harder I work, the more resistance that I encounter.
Yeah.
And so when you realize something is a problem, you have to pivot. Because if you keep hitting that same wall, it's like, okay, what has to change within me? What am I doing wrong? Then you look at self, right? And so when evaluating myself and just sitting with myself, I learned how to be still. I had no choice but to be still in this season. And with being still comes clarity as well. It's not fun. I compare it to like sitting in a waiting room at a hospital. Like, you know, that's not a fun room to be in.
Yeah.
You're not, it's because just like you're waiting on news, you're anxious. You're like, okay, well, what's next, right?
You're
like I'm just
thinking
sitting
of all
here.
the scenarios.
I have all of these goals, all of
Yeah.
these aspirations, and it's like, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's a beautiful thing because you can focus on other things.
Yeah.
I don't sweat, like you said, if this person likes me, cool. If they don't, they don't. Every date we go on is not going to lead to marriage.
Yes.
Like I went on a date, and one of my non-negotiables had always been a man with no kids. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking I don't want my husband to have kids. This man might not even be my
your
husband.
husband.
It's just we could be business partners, or we could just have this conversation and this nice meal one time, and that's what it is, and that's okay.
But I love that you said that, because that that literally comes with detachment. Like, you have to detach yourself from the idea of like what this could be,
or the idea.
Yeah, like, and I feel like I've done that too. Like I've gone on dates where, like, and this is me in the past, where I like think ahead and I think of the future and think, oh, could this be my husband? Could this be like the father of my children? But I've learned to just enjoy going on dates, like having fun and just getting to know the person as the person that they are, not as the person that I potentially want to date. Like, I want to see who you are, what you do with your life. And if I do like you and if I do enjoy you, cool. Like, if that becomes something as far as a relationship, then cool. If it doesn't, cool. And that's literally the art of detachment. Is like you gotta let God cook. I've been saying that a lot. It's like, just let God cook in your life and enjoy where you're at in the moment. So yeah,
and pour into yourself, because when you pour into your best, like to work on being your best self, really a part of the law of detachment is you allow things to align naturally.
Yeah.
Because you've released control and you let God, or, you know, the universe or whatever, come together for you. Like, you start attracting the things you deserve because you're operating in your highest self, right?
And people see that. Like, that definitely reflects the person that you are. If people see that you're one of those people that you just like enjoy life and you don't let anything, like any bad stuff, come between, and you're just like living in the moment, like, people are gonna enjoy that energy, or some people will. So
yeah, those who care about you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, there's haters out there for sure.
So I know we kind of talked about like law of detachment, furthering, like honing in on that. What illusion are you releasing, right? Because I know we were talking about future thinking, or could this be my husband? But what is something else that you're letting go of?
So something that I feel like I've always talked about is like victim mentality. And when I say victim mentality, for me is like, I'm not a victim to my past. And when I say that, I'm not a victim to the heartbreaks. I'm not a victim to all the crazy things that have happened in my life. And I feel like God doesn't put you, or how is the saying? Hold on, I have to think about it. But you don't have to ask, like, why am I going through this? Like, just go through it. And so something that I've been releasing is just like that victim mentality, and just like not defining myself with my past. And it reminds me of like a scripture in the Bible, and it's like about Lot's wife. In Genesis 19:26, he said, "But Lot's wife behind him looked back and became a pillar of salt." And like if you think about that, like if you keep looking back, you literally will become a pillar of salt. You will become a statue to your past, and you'll be stuck there. And there's no way of getting out of it. It will literally destroy you. And that's what God says. Like if you keep looking back at your past, it will destroy you. So something that I've definitely been releasing is like just like that Vinta mentality. Like just because I went through this heartbreak, just because I went through all the things, like that does not make me a victim. Like I should not feel bad for myself because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead, I just want to like look forward and just see what God has planned for me, and quit thinking about all the things that I've been through, because I feel like I'm the person that I am because of the things that I've gone through.
So what did you know it was the final straw? Can you give an example of a moment in your life that you feel comfortable sharing?
Yeah, actually, it was my past relationship. I will say is a good example of me like finally wanting to release it, because I just like I could not keep looking back because it was literally destroying me, and this relationship like destroyed me. I will say recently I've like let go of that relationship. Like I've had to just stop looking back at it. Like I've had to stop thinking of the what ifs or thinking of like what could have happened. Like I've literally let it go, and it just becomes like a mentality thing. Like you get into a place where you no longer want to be that version of yourself. You have to let go of that version, because for me, I look at it as like God has something so much better for me. And but I have to let go of my past to enjoy the person that I'm going to become,
And
or the
make
person,
room,
and make room for the
that.
person that God is going to, equip me to become. So I've let go of so many past relationships in my life, and whether it's like romantically or friendships, but more so like romantically, like I will say just like ex-boyfriends who would like come in and out of my life. I've definitely like stopped that completely, because I like looked back and I was like, I didn't like the person that I was with that person. So I have to move on with my life. I have to let go and like detach myself from the idea of what we could have been, because it's God literally removed me from that, like from something that was destroying me. And God was looking at me like, why do you keep going back to something that you keep praying for me to remove you from? So that's something that I've literally learned to do, is just detach from something that no longer serves me, pretty much.
Right. And in those moments of weakness.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes you get bored and you're like, let me check on, let me see. How do you overcome those moments of weakness? Is there a certain scripture, or not even just scripture, but do you have a certain practice or something that you like to do when you do get weak in those moments? How you can, I'm like, all right, let me step back.
I think the way that I snap back out of it is looking forward, like looking and thinking about where God is going to have me. And like the past no longer serves me anymore. Mm-hmm. And so that's how
staying true to that.
Staying true to, and just like remembering like what God has for me is going to be so much better than my past.
Absolutely.
And like they say, like the grass is only greener where you water it. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's an important lesson to learn. I feel like once we get that confidence, because it's a form of confidence too. You can be confident in the way that you look, but the way your inner confidence is totally different.
Yeah.
I feel like it takes courage, right? And self-awareness too, because to be able to sit down and say, hey, like really sit with yourself and say, hey, like recognize the feeling. Yeah. And this is just not something I want to continue to go through. And then really just talk to God and just sit with yourself and come up with a plan.
Yeah.
And it's something you have to work towards every day. I tell people it's not
It's not
a
just like a
one-time
snap.
thing,
Yeah.
and it doesn't happen overnight. You have to actively work towards
Mm-hmm.
it every single day.
Oh, yeah. Because I was not always like this. I was not always like someone who was ready to detach from people. Like, if anything, I've struggled with that in my 20s and even like going into my 30s. Like, I've struggled to let go of of things that just no longer serve me. So, yeah, it's definitely something that you have to like practice for yourself, and you have to like kind of have that mentality of like letting go, honestly. So,
And it sounds simple, but it's
it's
hard
not.
work.
Yeah.
Right. And so I know you said letting go. What do you think was the reason that you had like trouble letting go before?
That's a great question, because I've struggled to ask myself that my whole life, basically, because I feel like I would attach myself to people, to things, to dreams. And I never really understood it. And that's something that I really wish, like, I do want to go to therapy and kind of understand it more. But I do feel like, and this is like really personal, but I've always felt like second best in someone's life. And I've always felt like, again, like having to prove my worth to people. And I feel like that's why I've struggled so much to let go, is like I'm having to constantly prove to people. And it wasn't even that I was trying to prove to people. I've realized I was trying to prove to myself that I was actually worth it. But now I'm like, no, like I am worth it. Like I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can do. I know my talents. I know where like
Your heart.
my heart is. And so I know like, and now if I'm constantly having to prove myself to someone, I'm like, nope, I'm detaching myself. I'm literally releasing myself from this, because I can no longer keep having to prove to people who I am and what I'm worth.
Choose people that choose you.
Exactly.
Choose people that choose you.
Yeah.
And life will be so much better when we choose people that choose us. And like I said, just pour into ourselves, because it's our life. I tell people, this is your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what you make it. Yeah, we face trials, tribulations, obstacles. But again, that's to build us up to who we are becoming. And it's just so important that we sit with ourselves long enough. Yeah. A lot of people, and I tell people, all of these things, worldly things, are distractions. They give you alcohol, they give you drugs, so you can't sit with the uncomfortable thoughts. Yeah. And I know they're so uncomfortable and you want to suppress them, but the only way to get to the root or for healing is to sit with them head on, no matter how much it hurts.
Yeah,
because through that is where your biggest growth comes from. It's where you connect with God. It's where you connect with the source, which is yourself. So I tell others, just be still.
Yeah.
And face those hard things, because the reward is great and it's freeing, and it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
On the other side, right?
Yeah. So what would you say is something that you're releasing now?
Fear. Right? It's so funny because I have fearless tattooed on me. I have Isaiah 41:10 tattooed on me. Do not fear. So do not fear, for I am with you.
Yes.
How am I fearless and walking around here afraid? What am I afraid of? Well, I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of, honestly, doing this podcast was something big for me because I always wanted to be like a hidden gem. I was afraid to expose myself to the world. And even then, people tell me you don't market yourself the way you should because you have a voice that needs to be heard. But I'm still afraid because it's like, what will people think? And it's not that I care what people think of me. It's just I'm a private person, even though I will get deep. And I will tell you the things that I've been through. But it's like gatekeeping in a way where it's like a form of control. Like I control the narrative, because once you put yourself out there, that is it. And I've always jokingly said I couldn't be famous because they'll cancel me.
Yes.
Because you're just held, to me, to unrealistic standard.
Yeah.
And you're no longer human, right? And so kind of like that fear, that's scary for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting myself out there for people to judge me, to speak on my life. But I know I have a calling. I
Mm-hmm.
know God has given me a gift, and I know I have to use it to fulfill, my mission, what
Yeah.
he sent me here for. And I know it's to teach, guide, inspire others through wisdom and just the things that I've been through. And so really just putting myself out there and releasing control, releasing that what if, like
Mm-hmm.
releasing all of those anxious, like anxiety, those thoughts, like what if
Yeah.
I fail? What if, well, what if?
Uh-huh.
We can ask ourselves, what if, but what if I win?
Exactly.
What if, what if
What if it all works out?
what if it all works out? There
Mm-hmm.
we go.
Yeah.
And it will, because when you walk into what God has ordained you to do, and you're walking that path and you're giving it your all, and you know that you're being the best you that you can be and lifting others up in the process, how can you not win?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So definitely just join the thing.
Yeah.
Been my phrase, just do it.
I've always liked this quote, and it was like, walk into a room like God sent you there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the mentality I've been doing in my life now. It's like, because there was times in my life where I would ask myself, like, do I even belong in this room? And I was surrounded by amazing, wonderful people, and I'm like, do I belong in this room? And then I thought about it. I'm like,
Yeah,
God sent me here, so now you have to act like
Yeah,
it.
you
Like,
do.
act like God sent you there.
And guess what? Haven't you noticed we're always the youngest in the room?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the only ones with degrees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But that tells me all I need to know.
That's all you need to know.
I'm the youngest in the room, the youngest at the table. So
Mm-hmm.
clearly, if I'm the youngest now, just imagine 20 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm going to own the room.
Exactly. Oh, I love that. Yes, ma'am. So, what would you say peace looks like now for you?
Peace looks like just doing the things, making time for, the things that I love, pouring into myself spiritually, physically, right? Like going to the gym,
Yeah.
health and wellness, keeping up my appearance, that's very important for me. Prayer, spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
meditation, writing, journaling is very therapeutic. I tell people,
yeah, for sure.
get those thoughts out. And, I just started writing on Medium, like
Mm-hmm.
blogging. I love to write the way I feel. And honestly, just giving what I can.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't do, I just can't.
Yeah.
But giving what I can,
Mm-hmm.
and just following what God has for, like, just staying connected to God and his promises, like what he has for me. That brings me so much peace, because I just feel free.
Yeah.
When Lauren doesn't have to figure it out. Lauren just has to be. Just simply
Like you said, be still.
Yeah, just simply be and just do the things I love, and I feel like everything else will align
Mm-hmm.
around that when you're no longer chasing this thing. Because chasing things, that does not bring you peace. It makes it worse. It brings chaos.
And it makes you lose yourself too.
Exactly.
Because like if you're chasing something that is not for you, like you become someone that you're not.
Yeah,
I feel like.
because us Americans, it's been instilled in our brains for this hustle culture. Go get it, this mentality. And, I'm one of the ones with the mentality, but I've softened it down because I'm still, in that mode. But it's like, all right, Lauren.
Take a step back.
Yeah, and do something else. Like, girl, do something else with your life instead of just focused on this all the time.
Yeah.
So peace, that's what peace looks like to me. Just simply being and really focusing on what I can control. Well, on what I can control and letting go of what I can't.
Yeah, I love that.
What about you?
Peace today looks like getting out of my head. And the way that I do that is getting into my word, getting into my scripture. That's always like my first thing. Like if I ever feel like there's chaos happening in my life, I'm like, when's the last time you opened your Bible? When's the last time you got into your word? That and moving my body, whether it's like for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes, just got to do something. That's like going on a walk, like, you know, and that's taking my dog out for a walk or, you know, going to a walk by myself or something like that. But even going to the gym now, like, that brings so much peace into my life, I feel like. Just moving your body and you no longer, like, think about everything that's going on. You're just kind of, like, in that moment. And I feel like that's so good for everyone to do because there's so much chaos going on in this world right now. And if you don't know what peace looks like for you, you will keep living in chaos. So there's someone out there listening, just find your peace and find something that is going to ground you to just keep you away from the chaos in your life.
And live in it.
Yeah, and live in it.
And live in it.
And it reminds me of something that I've told my mom, and it was like, how do you get through the hard times? It's like, you go through it. You literally go through it. There's no other way because you're always going to go through hard times. And I stand firm on that. Like, I believe everyone goes through hard times. Like, no one is like, I've had a harder life than you. It's like we all go through hard times. So, and in order to get through that, you literally have to, like, go through it. You have to let yourself just, like, let it happen. Because I always feel like there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So you just have to go through it. You have to live in it and just, because there's always a lesson in it, I feel like, as well. So, but yeah.
So I know we talked about what we let go. What are you looking forward to? Like 31, like what, tell us some of your goals that you have for this season.
I've talked about it with you, but honestly, I want to create more content. I feel like that's something that's been weighing super heavy on my heart, and it's hard too because comparison is a thief, and so you see all these people surrounding you, like they have their niche, they have their thing of what makes them a content creator, and they're good at it. I'm having trouble figuring it out. And I think that's what has been pulling me away from it is I can't decide what it is that I'm good at. I don't know if it's like fashion. I don't know if it's like gym, fitness, or just like quotes, or if it's something with God, you know, if it's something that, you know, God has called me to do. But that is something, and I've actually talked to my friends about this because they asked me on my birthday, they're like, what do you want to focus on at 31? And I was like, honestly, branding myself. Like, I want to create a brand out of myself. I just don't know where to start. And I think that's the hardest part, too, is I know that I want to do this. I know that I see myself doing it. And there's a reason why God has put this in my heart. How do I start? I think that's, like, the hardest part.
Yeah, and then that with that, you just ask God. But then, too, it's like, I feel like we struggle, and it's easy to blame it on being a Gemini, but we're multifaceted. Like, I feel like we are the jack of all trades.
We're
of the
very
zodiac.
versatile.
We can do anything.
Yes.
It's like we can shape shift.
No,
like we
really.
can be different people.
Yeah.
Like people say we're two-faced, but no, it's like we mirror energy.
Yeah.
Like we can literally shift. I can be someone in this room and a completely different person in another room. Like I can adapt. I'm versatile and I'm good at multiple things. And it's a blessing and a curse because it's like I pick this up, put this down, pick this up, put this down. And it's like, all right, Lauren, focus
like,
on
one thing. Yeah.
Like what is it? And so I get it. And so I feel like probably what you love the most, like whatever it is, because you love God, you love, or think about how can you combine them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that is one thing, is just like branding myself. And I also like do photography on the side. So that photography has something that I've loved doing. And I feel like it comes with content creation. Like it comes with like, I just want to be a creator, basically. I want to create amazing moments. I want to create pictures for someone to look back on and be like, oh my gosh, like all the amazing memories that we have from that time that Vanessa took the pictures. And so, yeah, I think that is something that I want to focus on so much at this. And honestly, it's such a great time for me too, because it's like I'm not married, I don't have any kids. So why not? Like, and I feel like I just have to start.
Just do it.
And
just do it.
If I get 10 likes, if I get 1 like, it doesn't matter.
Girl, just do it.
Just do it.
And
yeah.
I feel like if God put something in your heart, it's for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was telling somebody the other day, I said, you know, the mind is a powerful thing. And don't let your mind trick you out of your spot.
Yeah.
Or don't let procrastination, you know, or the
comparison
it's
too.
It's kind of a fear. It's a form of fear.
Yeah.
Don't let that trick you out of your spot. Just do the thing. Do it afraid, right?
Yeah.
Do it alone. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so excited for you because, you know, I always told you, like, that is your gift.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we'll see. Taking the time to like pray on it and, you know, just focus on it more heavily. But, you know, if y'all see my TikToks or my reels, don't come at me with your cringy faces. Just let me be. What about you? What are you looking forward to at 31?
31 feels like just new beginnings. I really want to travel more.
Yeah.
Something that I've always wanted to do is like give back.
Yeah, it's always been
that
something.
Is, I have a nonprofit organization founded in memory of my brother, and so we focus on gun violence awareness, and we also are like giving back to our fellow community members. But right now we're doing our first scholarship initiative where we're
amazing.
Awarding scholarships to recent high school graduates that are going to university. And so any way I can expand that, that's something that I really want to water this season, is really just dive deep into my nonprofit, take it to the next level. So we work heavily out of Georgia, of course, but we did open the scholarship to students around the world, and it just warmed my heart. Like even just going through the applications, I have people from overseas. I have people from the Virgin Islands, Jamaica.
Wow.
And they're messaging me. They're like, even though we're not, you know, U.S. citizens, can we apply? And I'm like, sure, you know, because I didn't even know it would get to you over there. And it's just so exciting. So really just taking that to the next level, traveling, seeing the world. I'm big on culture. I haven't traveled as much as I've, you know, wanted to because of me just being so focused on, you know, the grind. But I really just want to travel and make time for the things and the people that I love, and to just experience the world. Like it's scary right now out there, but at the same time, it's a lot of beautiful things that have not been discovered, and I think I want to discover them and write about them. And, allow them to inspire me as a creative. I feel like we need those different things to be inspired, right? Especially when we get like that creative block. We always are looking for new sources of inspiration. So I really want to just go explore and create memories, network, meet new people. So that's what I'm really on right now, just being like a butterfly. I just want to be a butterfly.
It's our butterfly season. Yes. I've always said that too, like, and it's crazy that you say that, because there was a time where everybody was looking up the definition of their names. So Vanessa, back in the day, apparently it means butterfly. And I love that you said that, because I've been like really into butterflies lately. And it's so funny because my mom hates butterflies. She's always hated butterflies, but now I'm like, I want a butterfly tattoo. I want, like, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
my butterfly season. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and that's like one of the that's I've always loved butterflies and cheetah print. Those
Yeah.
are two things I've loved all of my life. And I feel like the butterfly is like, you just constantly blooming. And
Mm-hmm.
have you heard Mariah Carey's song Butterfly?
I feel like I have, but
If
I
you
need to listen
listen
to it
to it,
again.
listen to it,
Yeah.
and it resonates. It spread your wings and fly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just, again, that's a part of growth and
Mm-hmm.
just doing it and just going to do the things what we're supposed to be doing, right? In
Yes.
our 30s at 31. And so, yeah, I'm just very excited about what's to come. We've released the past and
Yes.
very just future focused, but also making time for the present
Mm-hmm.
too. It's balance as
Yes.
well is important.
Yes.
So what truth hurt you but transformed you? I know we've the episode we've talked about victim mentality
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
people pleasing, but what outside of others influence your truth? Like, what inside of you hurt you? Like, what is something that you've sat with and you're like, you know what? Not pointing fingers at anybody else, me, that you acknowledge that hurt, but it's like allows you to be this form of Vanessa that you are right now.
That I'm not for everyone. And I feel like that hurt me a lot because of that people pleasing and stuff. And I know you said, like, apart from all that, but that is something that I've learned, but it hurt. Is like knowing that not everyone is gonna like me, but I'm okay with that, and I have to be okay with that. And it's even helped me in dating too, because it's like I would always wonder, like, why doesn't this person like me? Why doesn't this person, like, see a future with me? And it's like, I'm not for everyone. I'm not. I'm, and some people are just not gonna like you, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, like earlier, that has more of a reflection on them than it does on me. So now it's something that, like, has helped me move on from so many things. It's just knowing, like, I'm not for everyone. Like, you're not, some people aren't going to like you, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, and like I said, it's helped me a lot with, like, dating and rejection. Cause, like, I used to, like, question the crap out of myself when, like, I would get rejected by, like, a guy who would ghost me or wouldn't talk to me or anything like that. I would go back and be like, what did I do? What did I say? Did my hair look bad? Was I not dressed cute enough? And I've just learned, like, I'm not for everyone. So, yeah. And it did hurt for a while because if you look back, it's like, we want to be for everyone, but we're not. Mm-hmm. We're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And there's, like, this quote, and it's like, you could be the juiciest peach in the patch, but there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like peaches.
Mm-hmm.
So.
For sure.
What about you? What's a hard truth that you've had that hurt for you?
I think my hardest truth would be that I couldn't find joy outside of what I could accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
My therapist, she said, I think I talked about it on our first episode briefly, but she said, Lauren, who are you? And everything that I said I was resorted back to an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And so really that I lost my way, kind of lost in the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I let that hustle culture, the American dream, those things take away who I am as a spirit.
Yeah.
My soul. I didn't sell my soul. Right? But it's like I disconnected from source,
Mm-hmm.
caught up in a dream that I'm not even guaranteed.
Yeah.
And so, and it kind of hurt because it's like, what's the point? Sometimes I think I'm not suicidal, but I think about dying.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because I feel like if I can't live the way I want to, what is the point? I literally feel that way.
Yeah.
sometimes. It's like, why did I agree to come back here again? Like, why did I sign up to come?
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, all right, Lauren, who are you outside of the noise? Who are you as a little girl? It all goes back to our childhood.
Yes.
Before the world told us we were something different, before we were exposed to other people and
Mhm.
behaviors and felt we should look a certain way, dress a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
Because those influence us. But who am
Yes.
I in my purest form outside of all of the noise? Right? And so when I struggled to name something that didn't equate to me being successful, it's like, wow, like it kind of hurt. But I feel like now I've connected back with the things that I love,
Mhm.
which is creating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been writing. I've been
Mhm.
writing my butt off, right? And doing the things,
Yeah.
doing the things that I've been afraid to do. And that really has helped with my transformation, because it's like now I'm focused on what matters and not all these material things, because I am materialistic.
Mhm.
I think I said on one episode, you see the material, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I can't die with those things. Aren't coming with me when I die. So just
Mhm.
feed in my soul,
Mhm.
really feed in my soul, and being the best me,
Mhm.
and being okay with that, and not being the best me to attain something physical,
Mhm.
but for my
Of
soul.
course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cuz you have to be okay with yourself at the end of the day. And
When I die,
yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
good because I did. My soul is pure
Mhm.
and well
Yeah.
fed, right?
Exactly. Yes, I love that. That's good.
So before we go, I really had to ask you, like, so 31, we're here,
Yes.
we've arrived, right?
Yes.
Um, how do you plan on pouring into yourself? Are there some things that you would like to do that you haven't done before,
Mhm.
or do more of? Because
Yeah.
we're kind of girly, right? And
Yes,
we've always
yes.
poured into ourselves. But what are some things you want to focus on?
So as far as like hobbies, like I've always wanted to take dance lessons.
Oh, what type
That
of dance?
so so you know me, I love my country
Uh huh.
dancing. So like there's this dance that they do, it's called West Coast Swing, and it's like I just watch people they dance that, and it's all over my TikTok, it's all over my timeline. And it's like, dang, I feel like I can do it, but I want to be a pro at it. And
Mm-hmm.
I've looked up places that have like dance lessons for it and stuff, and I keep telling myself I'm going to go cuz they're free. So I'm like, it's free, I just need to go. And it's like, one of these days I'm going to go. I'm going to go and I'm going to do it cuz I don't know. I've always loved dancing. Like dancing has always been something that I've loved even when I was little. Like I was in dance. Like my mom put me in dancing lessons when I was first, second grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. It was ballet, tap, and jazz. Those were like my favorite ones. And so dance has always been something that I've held on to. So yeah, dance lessons and also adult swimming lessons.
Okay.
I don't know how to swim, so as like I feel like I know how to swim. I don't know how to float.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
hard.
it is hard. And so I've looked up also adult swimming lessons. So I'm like, I'm gonna get on that. Cause it's,
Okay.
you know how hard it is to be the only person in like the friend group or anything like that
Uh,
that doesn't know how to swim.
yeah.
That's not good.
It's not.
So yeah, I need to be better at that. So yeah, adult swim lessons and adult dancing. So
Okay. Well, those
yes,
sound fun.
yes, and that's what I want. Like I want to do like fun things with my life now, like and just enjoy my life instead of just being at home and figuring out what it is that I want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I love that for you.
yes. What about you? What is
Um,
something
yeah.
like that you want to do at 31?
Aside from traveling more, I really want to uh start doing hobbies like crafts, like arts and crafts,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Pottery,
pottery,
yeah, that would be fun.
like painting.
Mhm.
And I've also thought about creating a poetry book.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
Oh
writing my
yeah.
second book right now.
Oh
It's going to be titled
yes.
Where the Light Called My Name, because
Okay.
I
I
remember
love
the
that.
exact moment where I was when the light called my name.
Mhm.
So be on the lookout for that.
Yes,
Be on the lookout for
yes.
that. That is coming this fall. So really just putting my work out there more, but
Mhm.
not even just in a way to profit, just in a way to express myself.
Mhm.
Um, Poetry. I think I want to like submit some of my uh, poetry in
Yeah.
competitions. I don't know if I'm gonna go up there and
Yeah. The
you know,
snaps.
I don't know if I'm going to go to the club yet, but baby steps, right?
Yes,
Just putting
yes.
myself out there more and just making time for the things that I love or
Yeah.
that I've thought about, but actually going to
And
like
like
do them.
and the stuff that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So, stuff that just like you love to do and just you're good at it too. So,
Exactly.
yeah. But yeah, that's amazing. Well, something that I'm gonna close off with, and I said this earlier in the episode, but like I told Lauren, like you could be the juiciest peach in the patch, but there's always gonna be somebody who doesn't like peaches. And so I want you to just carry that quote with you as you go on into the month and just kind of think of how you would put that into your life, into your, you know, into just goals that you have for yourself. And just remember like the art of detachment and just, carry that with you throughout the week. So, yeah.
Yes. Because there's plenty of people that love peaches, including me. So we just want to thank you guys so much for your love, continued support, share. Give us some ideas what you want to hear next. We'll be looking at the comments. We want you guys involved. So yeah, stay tuned for our next
Yes.
episode.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.